Hey everybody, what's up? It's me, your one and only Erika Ruiz, back into your FYP and into your home, you guys. So, first of all, I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, you guys. It is almost a new year, and this year, 2025, is almost over. And today, I want to continue reading my book, The Inner Warrior: From Wounds to Reclaiming Courage and Power. This one is my latest release. And I am going to continue reading to you chapter 4. I can't bring this shit down. There we go. Alright. So I'm going to continue reading chapter 4, you guys. Breaking the Chains of Silence. Silence can feel safe. For years I believed that if I kept quiet, I could avoid conflict. If I swallowed my truth, I could keep the peace. But silence has a cost. Each time I bit back my words, I lost a piece of myself. Each time I stayed quiet when I should have spoken up, the chains around me just grew tighter. You know what? Let me say something about that, because I feel like that's one of my biggest reasons why I am the way that I am, is I feel that I need to clear things up with people, or when someone takes something that was a misunderstanding, I speak up on it, you guys. And I feel like I've always been that way, but for a long time my voice was shut and taken away because I was told not to do that, because it was too much, or like, just leave it alone, just stay quiet. And that really, really had a big effect on me. So I feel that when you speak up and you have that, how do I say this? When you speak your mind, it's better to get somewhere, versus nothing. And you lose out on opportunities doing that. So I'll continue here saying, I remember sitting in conversations, nodding in agreement, while in my heart, I was screaming, man. I remember those days. It was so hard for me to stay quiet, to keep the peace. And I just remember in my mind, I was like, oh my God, I couldn't stop screaming. I couldn't stop screaming. And it was very, very frustrating for me to literally swallow my words shut and just not say anything. But I remember sitting there and being like, dude, say something. Like, say something. This is not like you. You're not like this. You always speak up. You go to people's doors and knock on their doors to just clear up stuff. Like, if you were able to do that back in the days, you're able to speak up, And that really took a lot for me, for myself. And I felt it in my body. I always say, listen to the way your body is feeling versus what you're thinking, because your mind can say so much, but your body is what's going to show you the truth of what it is that you should do, While I was going through that, I chose to be quiet. And I thought that staying silent protected me, but really, it imprisoned me. The truth is, silence isn't always golden. Sometimes silence is a very cage that keeps us from freedom. Because speaking up can literally change your life. You know that? Speaking up on what you want to say is an action to creating an action in your life. So why hold in to things that you really want to say when you can speak them up and feel so much better about it? Your voice is powerful. I didn't know that for a long time. That your words carry power. And they have the power to empower you, to love you, or to break you, really. Your voice is your warrior's weapon. It carries truth, power, and freedom. When you dare to speak your story, your needs, your truth, you shatter the chains that silence built around you. For too long, silence has been used as a tool of control. Listen to that. Silence is also a form of control. But the moment you open your mouth and speak, you step into your power. Speaking doesn't always mean shouting. Sometimes it means saying no. I won't accept this anymore. Sometimes it's as simple as whispering to yourself, I deserve better. And I always like to say that the tone, you guys, the tone and the way you say things is a very big deal. Why do we stay silent? Many of us stay silent out of fear. And that was my biggest fear, because I was told to just shut up about it, not speak about it. So I was scared to talk. A fear of rejection, a fear of judgment, a fear of conflict. That's another one too, because every time I would speak up and I would talk about the way I felt, what I didn't agree with, I got yelled at. And I'm like, how is that even possible, that somebody chooses to scream and is not willing to even listen? So that was a big one for me, is I just wanted to avoid conflict. And I know that that comes up for me even now, because sometimes I feel like things are better off unsaid, but they're really not. They're really, really not. Fear of losing love. That was another one too. I feel like if he's telling me to shut up and I don't shut up, he's gonna get even more mad and he's gonna leave. Now I'm like, leave. You wanna leave. But back then, when I didn't know any better, it was a very scary moment for me. Very scary time for me. That's why I publish the books that I do, you guys. Because warriors know silence doesn't prevent loss, it guarantees it. When you silence yourself, you lose your voice, your worth, and your truth. The warrior's declaration is to break free. You must declare, my voice matters, my story matters. I will no longer stay silent when my truth needs to be heard. Your voice is not just for you. It is for the ones who have not yet found theirs. Each time you speak, you give others permission to rise too. And I noticed that when I started talking about what I was going through, I gave other people the ability to speak up as well. And it moved something in them to where it helped change their life. So sharing, you guys, is not just about you. It becomes a paying it forward to another person. So keep that in mind. Your voice is not just, there you go. Your voice is not just for you. It is for the ones who have not yet found, okay, I just read that. Sorry. Empowerment practice, writing your warrior's voice. In your journal, write a letter you've never allowed yourself to write. So guys, if you guys have the homegrown journal, write it in your homegrown journal. But if you have this one and you guys want to write on this one, you guys also have space to do that, okay? It could be to somebody that you hurt. It could be to yourself. It could be to the world. Don't hold back. Say everything you've been too afraid to say. You don't have to send it. Just write it. Let your voice pour into the page. When you're finished, read it out loud to yourself. Feel the power of the words in the air. That is the sound of chains breaking. The warrior's voice doesn't live in whispers or fear. It roars the truth. Once you speak, you cannot go back to silence. You will feel the strength of the courage every time you let your truth be heard. You guys, take time to sit with these questions and let them guide you deeper into your own awakening. Number 1, where in your life have you chosen silence when you needed to speak? Oh my god, my nose is itching. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I had an itch. Okay, number 2, what fear has kept you from using your voice? Number 3, if you could say one truth today without fear, what would it be? Number 4, who in your life needs to hear your truth, and how will you share it? Guys, share one of those on the comments below. I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear about you. And I can only share a little bit about me, but there's somebody very special in my life that I don't want to lose. And I feel like I gave it a couple of shots, but I refuse to give up. I don't want to sell out on them. And I don't know how the hell I'm going to share it, but I know it's not over until I figure out what to do next, because sometimes, you guys, it takes a little extra to do things a little bit different than what you've done to maybe make an impact different. I don't know. But share yours below. Thank you.